Hello, how's it going? I am Andy. It's going really well with me. Thanks for asking. I'm having a great day on Merlin's Mountain where it is raining very heavily, actually. So in this video we're going to do the Freaky Friday read. Essentially, it's for the weekend ahead, but if you're watching this in the future, no problem. The best time to watch these videos is right now when you are drawn to them. So here are the 5 cards already shuffled for your convenience and delight. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So either pick the one card that jumps out for you, pick a combination of cards, 2, 3 or 4, or maybe even pick all 5, which I strongly recommend actually. Without further ado, let's get stuck into card number 1. If you chose card number 1, this is it, and it's the Justice card. Right, so would you actually want your fate in this guy's hands, eh? He doesn't look too much like he inspires a lot of confidence, really. But he has got the scales of justice there, and he is trying to bring things into balance. We've got a rat and we've got some kind of weird vegetable things trying to balance each other out. Just like the conundrums of life. You never know exactly what it is you're going to have to try and bring into balance. But we've got the wise old owl up in one of the trees there. And this sort of represents the spooky side to law. You know, the way you never quite know how the law is going to work, whether that's the law of the land or the natural laws, you know. Natural justice always happens in the end. That's a very true thing. But it can surprise us. It can go in the last direction we ever thought it would, really. This card's all about personal justice, though, and that inner sense of right and wrong that I think we all wish everybody had. And most of us have it, but sadly, not everybody does. We've always got to try and bring things into balance, so. And this is all about those situations where you think, you know, why do bad things happen to good people? Why do good things happen to bad people? All of that, you know, it's one of the conundrums of life, really. But justice always is done in the end. The universe always brings things into balance. So we've got the 2 trees in this card showing positive and negative forces, and the Justice Pumpkinhead guy is kind of standing in between them. And as always, the Halloween Tarot cat is there. This is the Halloween Tarot, by the way, by Karen Lee. Illustrated by Kipling West, a fantastic deck. I love reading from this deck. It's a bit crazy, it's a bit freaky, hence the idea of Freaky Friday readings. But at the same time, you can actually see the lineage going right back to the original Rider-Waite, and you can kind of see how it all works and how it ticks over. So I do love this deck. Right, let me quickly hydrate and keep going. I've got one of these fitness tracker things, you see. You can even see what time it is in UK now, 10:22 a.m. Wonder how long it'll take this video to upload. But yeah, this thing keeps reminding me to hydrate, which is good. And that's actually another way of bringing balance into the sort of natural justice of the world. It really is. But there's a good card for number 1. It's a great start to a reading, actually, because we know now that this reading is going to be showing us the way towards balance. Card number 2 is here, and it's actually reversed. It's the 8 of Pumpkins reversed. I'm going to show you it the right way round, and then we'll kind of see what it means reversed. It's the old steady progress thing, because this is the element of earth. Grounding is really needed, actually, because it came up upside down. But the element of earth reminds us to ground, and the pumpkins in this deck represent the pentacles. So here he is carving away. He's got 4 pumpkins up on the wall that he's already carved. He's got them on spikes so they can't roll away. That's like money in the bank. That's what that's saying. It's kind of all there. There's one smiling there, and there's 2 that he's carving. And right down here by my finger, very close to where the cat is sitting anyway. Nearly said where the cat is singing, but I think they do sing sometimes, actually, don't they? Here we have a pumpkin which is still on the vine, you know, so his success is still growing. And his final success isn't guaranteed, but he's doing very well. It's very steady progress in this card, but it's come up upside down for us, and that doesn't mean that nobody's making any progress, but it does mean that progress is kind of at risk Is someone around you, or maybe even, dare I say it, you yourself, dear viewer, lacking in ambition? You've got to really want to go for it to make things happen, particularly when we think we started this reading with number 11, the Justice card. It's kind of a balancing, and the number 11 means it's a new beginning of the next leg of your journey through life, whether that's kind of work, career, love, spiritual, whatever. We're all on many journeys all at once in this world, we really are. And so you need the ambition to really get your skates on, to really get things moving. This upside down can symbolize career problems, career troubles. It's nearly always either going to come down to a lack of ambition, which may not be you. It might be someone screwing things up at work for everyone else because of their lack of ambition. Or it may be someone using their skills for things that aren't quite so good, that aren't quite so relevant, and, things that aren't going to help. So have a think about that. Eight of Pentacles reverse. Reverse doesn't kind of completely flip the whole meaning on its head, but it does mean that there's a problem there, that there's something to think about and something that needs to come right. So card number 2, 8 of Pumpkins, 8 of Pentacles, and of course the element of Earth. Right. And this, my friends, brings us to card number 3. Now, this is the heart of the matter. Maybe you only picked card number 3. Still the heart of the matter, isn't it? But if you picked all 5 particularly, this is what this reading hinges on. This one's the right way up, and look at that. Now we're talking. This is the Magician. This is just who I wanted to see, actually, at this moment in this particular reading. Here he is. He's making it happen, basically. I think all of us who follow the tarot are familiar with the idea that the Magician is the master of his or her own destiny. So if you pick that card, that is certainly part of the meaning. He's pulling a rabbit out of a hat there, and I think the cat fancies a bite of the rabbit, and he's got his guiding ghost there. And the ghosts in this deck, by the way, symbolise the element of water. So that's worth thinking about as well. Things are kind of more fluid this way. It's the energy of Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces showing through in the ghost. But it's number 1 in the Major Arcana. Now, the very first card, of course, in the Major Arcana is number 0, the Fool. So we're making some progress here. This is positive. And this card is asking you guys to make it happen, Think about creative power. What creative power do you have? You can use it. You're probably already using it in some way if you drew this card. There's this definite feeling of mastery about this. This guy's on top of his game. He's got some ambition, but he's got it all under control. That's the important thing. So if you see an opportunity, friends, reach out and grab it with both hands and be active, be confident. Don't just kind of sit around and wait for things to happen. Really visualize and believe that things can and they will happen, because that's how it works. So card number 3, and I rather like that one, actually. That's a very good one to have in the middle of a reading. Very, very positive thing. Because, okay, it's number 1, and there is a journey ahead. But we did start off with number 11, so we know we're starting the next stage of a journey. And there'll be a long way to go. But the Magician confirms that you've got what it takes to actually make things happen. Righty-tighty. This brings us to card number 4. Okay, so we're getting into if you picked all 5, this is coming towards your sort of short-term future, and where things are likely to go in the time ahead of us, the time you already know roughly what's going to happen. This is going to tell you a bit more about what's going to happen. And it's the 6 of Ghosts. So, Ghost card, element of water. Because it represents the cups here. And here we've got the 6 ghosts hanging around outside a church, very like the traditional Rider-Waite, and one ghost is giving the other ghost a flower. And so very, very close to the original Rider-Waite. And, absolutely 100% representing what the 6 of Cups always means in tarot. And it's kind of a sentimental feeling that comes in when we get this card. That's what it indicates. Maybe sorrow, the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Ghosts, is quite a sorrowful card. And this is where the sorrow gives way to kind of more positive thoughts, but still sentimental thoughts, memories, really. So don't be fooled by the past. That's the message here. Okay, just because things went one way in the past doesn't mean they're going to go that way again in the future. If there was failure at something you're trying to do in the past, try again. If you still want to do it, you might be able to make it work. If there was success in the past, it's no guarantee in the future. But hey, keep thinking positive, keep being willing to make things happen, and more importantly, enjoy what's good, you know. This card can symbolize a gift coming from someone who admires you, maybe some help from someone who admires you as well. It can also mean inheritance is on the way, and that can be financial inheritance from family. It can be the old thing of you reap what you sow, and we always reap what we sow, friends, no doubt about that. So it's a reminder of that, really, but it suggests that something rather good might very well be on its way in, happening in your life very soon. I'll take another drink of tea. And we'll turn to the final card, the last card. I can tell you already it's the right way up. Let's take a look at what it is. It's the Two of Pumpkins. So we're in Pentacles world again here. The element of Earth, the signs Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn represented here. Three different, very different actually, different expressions of the element of Earth and what that's all about. And it's the familiar figure of someone juggling, you know, someone trying to keep things in balance. And actually, we can see the juggling that's going on there, if the camera will focus anyway. We can see the juggling that's going on there. But the figure 8 is doing two things. One is saying that this juggling of things is an eternal thing. It's going on forever. You know, it's the 8 of eternity. It's also the 8 of as above, so below, where the angels and the spirit world and the powers of the universe can be called on to help us because we are eternally linked. And that is what's keeping the two pumpkins in place, really. But there's still a sort of juggling feeling going on with this. The character is standing on firm ground. The black cat looks perfectly happy down in the corner. The moon is smiling down and there are stars everywhere, which is no bad thing. Even looks to me like there's a dinosaur in the background there. Look, can you see? Next to my finger, there's a dinosaur in the background with its tail wrapped around. Or is it a dragon? Maybe a dragon. Dragons are kind of like more spiritually meaningful than dinosaurs, aren't they? It just made me think of a dinosaur, really, though. I don't know why. I just did. Okay, so element of Earth here. And this card is about competition. It's about can be about duplicity as well. You know, wherever we're trying to balance things, we find ourselves trying to balance people as well. And people can be duplicitous, can they not? So conflicting interests showing through here, and something of a struggle to find balance, a struggle to find harmony. But remember, friends, this reading actually began with number 11, the Justice card, as I keep mentioning. And that suggests that things actually won't be too hard to bring into balance. And actually, I'll say it again, that figure of 8 there shows that things are going to be pretty easy to hold in balance. Actually, it might look like they won't be, but, you know, appearances deceive, do they not? That's the truth. And again with this card, the chance that there might be some wealth coming on its way to, maybe not huge wealth, but some wealth, something good, you know, something to kind of uplift your finances or your home situation or whatever. Well, the cats have disappeared. I hope they were going to kind of come and jump on me on the bed, but I think they just wanted some food, and when I didn't immediately feed them, they're just kind of taken off again. Not even in the room now. There you go. Anyway, hopefully I will be joined by the cats again very soon in a future video. Do hit the subscribe button, friends, if you haven't already, because there are more videos coming through all the time. I always look forward to making them, and I always look forward to you guys coming along and joining in, leaving me a comment. So do leave me a comment. We will share the journey, and don't forget to drop a like on this if you've enjoyed this video. Please do. Would you mind taking a look at my Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/twig. Link is down there in the description below. You can see pictures of my life there. It's a good place to send me a message. If you want to support me in my work, if you'd like to do that, that is always very, very welcome. Ko-fi.com/twig. It's down there in the description. And I have just opened my ko-fi.com shop, where I've got some nice crystal jewellery going in there at the moment. I'm still adding things. I've got a little bit behind. It'll probably be well after the festive season by the time I get the shop fully stocked. But there's loads of stuff there, so do take a look. Do have a browse. Anyway, With that, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful time ahead, and I'll see you again in a future video. Love, light, blessings to you all, and with my thanks again, take care of yourselves. Peace.